Good morning. Hope you're having a great beginning to your day. So, last Shabbat in Shul, we read the Ten Commandments, the most monumental moment for the Jewish people when God gave us the Torah. And then, in this week's Torah portion, we begin to read the laws that came with the Ten Commandments. And two of the most famous words that the Jewish people said are in this week's Torah portion, which is when God told them if they want to accept the Torah, Moses asked them, and what did they say? They said, Nasa, we will do, Benishma, we will listen. Why would they say, we will do, and then we will listen? So usually, when you ask someone to do something, there's two ways it could happen. First, you ask someone, could you do something for me? They say, what is it? What do you want me to do? And then, once they hear it, they'll say yes or no. Another way is that you ask someone to do something for you, and they say, sure. And then afterwards, they say, tell me what it is. And if you're truly in love with someone, and you truly care for that person and love them, then the first thing, when they ask you to do something for you, your spouse, you don't say, what is it? You say, yes, of course. And then you ask what it is. And the same is true with the Jewish people. Because Sinai was the Jewish people's marriage with God. And it was that power that God celebrated that the Jews first said, Nasa. First they said, we will do. And then they said, we will listen. You know, on Simchas Torah, when we dance with the Torah, one of the interpretations, the reason we dance with the Torah is because when it comes to study, when it comes to understanding the Torah, there's different levels. Some people are smarter. Some people are more understanding of the depth of the Torah, and some people less. But when it comes to doing, we're all equal. And that's why in Simchas Torah, when we want to celebrate the unity of the Jewish people and our relationship with the Torah, we don't necessarily read from the Torah. We dance with the Torah to show that when it comes to connecting and doing God's will, every Jew is the same. And that's another reason why we celebrate the word Na'aseh v'nishma. Because although we might be on different levels and understand the Torah differently, we want to be able to celebrate that which unites the Jewish people together. The rabbis give it a parable. You know, this week Rudy and I, on the English calendar, are celebrating 25 years of marriage. God willing, the Hebrew is right after Purim, which is what we really celebrate. But the point is that everyone has, you get married, you get a diamond ring. Now, some people have a bigger diamond. Some people have a smaller diamond. Some people have 1 carat, 5 carats, or 10 carats. But does that change the fact if you're married or not? Once you have the diamond ring, and once you're committed, and once you said yes, and once you had the chuppah, you're married. And the same is true of the Jewish people. When it comes to the nishma, to the listening, there's a bigger understanding, there's a lesser understanding, there's someone more connected, less connected. But when it comes to the doing of the Torah, Nasa, we're all equal. And that's what really unites the Jewish people as one. And that's really what makes us who we are and what we celebrate, that commitment that the Jewish people had to God. On Friday, Sasha Trufman, the Russian-Israeli hostage, came out. And we all saw the pictures on Sunday. The first thing he did after he was released was he wrapped tefillin with the rabbi at the chief rabbi of Russia. And it was a remarkable thing to see. After 500 days of not being able to put on tefillin, he wrapped himself in the tefillin and he said, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. He declared that there's one God. He said, Nasa, I will do, before Nishma. It didn't make sense. He was a hostage for 500 days, but the first thing he said was Nasa. Something remarkable. We all know Sapir Cohen, his girlfriend, was released after 55 days, while her boyfriend, Sasha, stayed for 498 days. And Sasha said to Sapir, and this is what Sapir repeated in the interview, he said that when he was in captivity, and some days was terrible, he was chained to the tunnels in dark. He didn't have food or drink for days at a time. It was horrendous. And he didn't know if he would make it out. Some days he thought he's not going to make it out. And he said he prayed that Sapir will find another love. He didn't want Sapir to wait around and hope for him to come out and he won't be there for her. He loved Sapir so much that he wanted her to find true love and happiness and not wait for him 500 days. Think about the love of this guy sitting in a cave, in a dungeon, in captivity for 500 days under so much suffering. And what does he say? He says, I'm thinking that my fiancée should not have to worry or think about me and to find true love. That's the story of Naasav and Nishma that the Jews said in this week's Torah portion. Of course they wanted to hear and understand the laws and what they have to do and how they have to keep it. But the first thing they said, Nasa, we're in a relationship. Yes, how can I help you? What did you want, God? After we say yes, we'll ask what the details are. And when you have such a relationship with God, it connects your spirituality and it builds the roots for a true foundation of faith that when there's a challenge, you're able to stand strong, just as Sasha and so many others did. Have a great day.